Welcome to your FAA Oral Prep Explainer. Today, we're conducting a mock oral exam covering FAR 61.23 medical certificates. I'm going to ask you a question, pause for a couple of seconds to let you formulate the answer in your head, and then I'll give you the exact regulatory answer. Treat this exactly like your actual check ride. Let's begin. When you stepped into the examiner's office, you need to know your limitations cold. There is zero guessing on an oral exam. We want precise, FAA-approved terminology. So this study session is designed to lock in that exact rote memorization. Ready? Here's your first question. What minimum medical certificate is required to exercise the privileges of a private pilot certificate? A third-class medical certificate. That is directly cited from FAR 61.23A3I. Know your references. Next question. Pay close attention to the age requirement here. If you're under age 40 on the date of examination, when does a third-class medical certificate expire? 60. It expires at the end of the last day of the 60th month after the month of the date of examination. I'll say that again. 60. Right. Now let's change the scenario. If you are age 40 or older on the date of examination, when does a third-class medical certificate expire? 24. It expires at the end of the last day of the 24th month after the month of the date of examination. Remember that exact number, 24. Notice the critical age threshold difference. Under age 40 gives you until the 60th month. Age 40 or older strictly limits you to the 24th month. Burn this comparison into your memory right now. Okay, let's step up to the next level. What minimum medical certification must you hold when exercising privileges of a commercial pilot certificate? At least a second-class medical certificate. We strictly refer to FAR 61.23A22 for this. Keep it simple, direct, and exact. You really need to map these durations into your memory based on class and age. First class, second class, and third class. Notice exactly how the durations drop from the 60th month down to the 24th or even the 12th month as the certificate class increases or as your age crosses 40. Memorize this structure completely before you walk into your exam. Moving on to exceptions to the medical rule, what aircraft categories allow you to exercise private pilot privileges without holding any medical certificate at all? A glider category rating and a balloon class rating. These are specific operations not requiring a medical certificate under FAR 61.23b. So let's transition into basic med limitations. Under basic med, what specific date must you have held a Part 67 medical certificate after in order to use a U.S. driver's license? July 14, 2006, the regulation firmly states, at any point after July 14, 2006, have held a medical certificate issued under Part 67 of this chapter. When you're asked, quote that regulatory authority with confidence. Next, basic med limitation. Under basic med, how often must you complete the medical education course? 24. You must complete the course during the 24 calendar months before acting as pilot in command. Examiner tip, never just say months. It is exactly 24 calendar months. Moving on. Under basic med, how often must you receive a comprehensive medical examination from a state-licensed physician? 48. You must receive this examination during the 48 calendar months before acting as pilot in command. Again, use the exact wording, 48 calendar months. Let's summarize those core basic med numerical limitations one last time for maximum retention. 24 calendar months for the education course, 48 calendar months for the comprehensive exam, and your most recently issued medical certificate cannot have been suspended or revoked. If you can recall those numbers and definitions instantly, you are check ride ready. These specific numbers and the exact FAR wordings are exactly what a designated pilot examiner is waiting to hear from you. I'm going to leave you with one final direct question to test your real-world readiness. Are your medical dates calculated correctly for your check ride tomorrow? Open up your logbook, apply exactly what we just reviewed, and make absolutely sure. Study hard, know your FARs, and fly safe.